joined by K's manager Alan Dowson after this afternoon's 2-1 win at Faversham in the FA Trophy. Alan, are you more pleased with the result than the performance this afternoon?
Delighted with both. Outstanding character, to be honest. We've had a tough week. Players got down. We've got, obviously we don't talk about things like this, but obviously some of the spanners out there don't know, but obviously Tom Duffy's injured, Moore Hawkins been injured all season. Bash is now injured, Hooks is injured. Dean Hamlin had to come off injured. We've got Max Huswick had to come off injured, and we're still carried on. So I'm delighted about both, to be honest. What a good bunch of lads here, and fair play to them. Delighted.
It looked as though the last 15 minutes, Rob Tolfrey was really struggling, injured himself. How well did we do to hold out for the last 15?
Well, just Toffs has been outstanding for when he's made a mistake for a goal, and he gets down. But again, he should cover that like when the squad we've got, because it's not a big squad. Obviously some of the things didn't do so well today. We tried to get it down. It didn't do what I said, because all I wanted to do, what I gather, I wanted to get them into a punt as high as I can in the air, and I wanted to whack it up in the air, and that's how we've been second top of the league, because we've been playing that way, obviously. So there'll be some dicks out there who will try to have another go at us, but we'll just keep on staying tight as a group, and I'll call the players, nobody else will, and we'll keep going like that. So I'm delighted with yes, last 15-minute game was 1-2-0. Probably should have got a red card, even though you don't want to see anybody sent off, but the lads were doing anything I didn't ask them to do by getting it down and playing and things like that, and I'm delighted with the result, to be honest.
How much did Dean Lodge change the game when he came on?
Well, had the plan before kick-off. It was always going to be Carl, because he had a small back line. So the plan before kick-off was to get Bobby on first to see if he could nick a goal for her and get Lodge in the second half. And I thought the plan worked, to be honest. And I thought Lodge was excellent when he come on and caused problems and got himself a penalty. And but the man of the match by a million miles, as I keep saying, a million miles, is Adam Thompson. I thought at times it was him against them, and I thought he was absolutely excellent. So again, on a windy day down here, I'm delighted with being in the hat in the next round, and I'm sure our not the supporters behind the goal who all sing, give us encouragement, but I'm sure the Mourners and the people who are saying, we need a pass on midfield, and the people who are saying we need a centre forward, and the people who are saying we need a goalkeeper or whatever, and we're joint top of the league, and we're in the next round, and we're just being beaten by a conference safe. So I'm sure he'll be gutted, because there'll be nothing to write about, or probably will be something to write about, because what they'll do now, they'll start slagging off because we've just had a good win there. But that's why you shouldn't read forums and shouldn't take no notice of them pricks, to be honest, and that's the way I feel at the minute.
Who takes the penalties when Bobby Trainer's not on the pitch? I counted 3 players stepping forward to try and take the first one. I
thought Alan Thompson should have took it, but then again, Lodgy doesn't miss him. I was quite confident. Matty Gray, to be honest, he's took a good penalty, but I didn't fancy him, to tell you the truth. I ended here. We've scored 2, so we have. Because one of the worries was, because what I was thinking is, I thought Bobby was getting tiring, and I thought it was time to put Lodgy on. Well, that was the plan of the game. But as soon as we took him off, we get a penalty. You think, oh, that's handy. And but to be fair to Matt, he's took it away well. It's better. Lodgy, he takes some good penalties. Lodgy is quite calm in them positions. So I'm delighted with them too. And we just conceded a big clanger at the end. Once that goes in, and we've got over again Hamlin and Max off because of injuries. We've then got to keep Moore on when Moore was only going to play 45. We've got to keep Sam Clayton on when he hasn't played all season either. So it went a little bit at last 15, but with Tobbs having won a bit, and feeling a bit of pressure there, and back 5 changed all of a sudden, and all of a sudden midfield non-existent because they're tired. It just become a hard thing, and full credit to the lads for digging in. But we'll have a week away from it. We will now, without a doubt, and we'll crack on for next Saturday's game.
Mo Harkin, as you said, played 90 minutes there. How good is it to have him back in first team action?
I just need sharpness. Needs 5 or 6 games. He's played 1 or 2. We've missed him to get it to know that, and stuff like that. So we just need him, right again. He done okay, to be fair. But we need to relax a little bit in them areas, and I'm sure he'll be. The front lads will want get better service off him, I think, and a couple of us. To be fair, out here, if you see it's windy, it can't do anything. And you're a night, like Martin Taylor made a great point about this game against St Albans. We were outstanding at St Albans. We've had 5 or 6 chances. Your first half, the other night we weren't. But then again, what the tactician I'm supposed to be, and Harms here, who all I see is the best in the business, all of a sudden we're here that we're just trying to whack it. We don't tell the players to do that, and we work on the pattern of shape, and we have a plan. So it'll be on my head, all this is. But listen, I love some of the supporters here and our committees and all the rest of it. But I just do know that it's the hardest job I've ever had to manage in my life, because you think, I wish I had some of the money some of the top 2 had there, to be honest. I really do. And we battle away and do the best we can. And all we want is, as soon as something goes wrong at this place, it's all or nothing, I tell you. So that's the way it is. And I've got to try to manage them as well, to be honest. And like I say, I call the players in local rags or whatever I want to do. I do it for a reason, because that means the buck stops with me. So I'd rather anybody say, okay, I'm getting my tactics wrong. I'd rather everybody say, but I am not doing it. Just stop the players and put it on to me. I'll be well happy, to be honest, because I couldn't give a fuck, to be honest.